You want to bring us in? Are we going to do that or what? Welcome here to the brand new podcast. We have Sialei Lolohea in the house. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm excited for you to be here, man. Thank you for your time. I know you got a busy schedule as it is. Just want to even get into that, your schedule. I mean, because I know you're a coach. You also teach. You're involved with your community. I know you take good care of a lot of your family. Make sure that they're all right. So we'll get into that. But let's go on and just have you kind of just tell us who you are, where you grew up, and how you grew up, and some of the things that helped you kind of progress in life to where you are now. So.
Cool. Well, name's Sialei Lolohea. If you call me Sialei, then you know me for real, but some people just know me by Lay.
Sialei.
We've been back and forth in California to Utah, but we grew up raised in California for a bit, and then we moved here when I started high school. West Jordan High, lived in West Jordan. We still live in West Jordan.
Dub J.
We are very West Jordan loyal.
Oh, best Jordan
around here.
Best Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah, we're loyal around here. But I'm a high school teacher. I teach at West Jordan High, special education teacher. I'm over the social and emotional behavior unit. So I love those kids. I love being with those kids. I'm also the girls' basketball head coach, so I love coaching.
So. Yeah, I've seen you get down. Get on the line right now.
And sometimes that's the only way you're gonna learn.
What's your coaching style, you would say?
I think it'd be a tough love one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm a tough love kind of coach, but my girls also know that I love them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very demanding.
Just like do it because I'm telling you, it's do it because there's
a big reason to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We always try to put those life lessons in it. Absolutely,
the
big life lessons, and so I got an amazing staff this year. We are loaded with Polynesian women on my staff.
Yeah.
And so I think that says a lot of things.
Your sister was one of them before she.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
And so I always knew that when I'd be able to take over a program, that I'd try to bring in Polynesian women, even if it was they just played high school ball or whatever. Like I knew that I wanted Polynesian women on my staff.
What's the skill set you see in it specifically?
I think it sets a tone for our youth, especially our Polynesian youth. But it's hard at West Jordan. We don't have that very many Polynesians coming out of West Jordan. But we do set a tone when we go and play against other teams that have a lot of Polynesian girls playing for them.
Oh, okay.
So I always try to play against the teams that do have a lot of Polynesian on their team, just so that they can kind of see, like, man, look at all those women on that staff. Like, they're legit. Their credentials speak for themselves, but even just the knowledge of the game speaks for themselves.
Yeah.
So, and when you get that, and when they see that as Polynesian women, or even as a young woman being Polynesian, like, you see that there is more than just babysitting, your siblings, or just having kids and just being a wife. There's more to that.
Right.
They could actually go and get an education and have it paid for because they can play a sport. But then they could also reach out to, all those other Polynesian girls who are kind of struggling of figuring out what they should do in the future. So I love it. I think coaching does kind of give that platform for us.
That's cool that you say that, because I'm a coach as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm mostly around young men.
Yeah.
And for you to be around young women, I mean, it's just awesome that you're here and you could kind of, because that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, was just your take on just coaching young women, just coaching them about not just basketball, but about life. And like you said, for the reason behind it. It's always got to be a reason behind it. And so we'll get more into that, but let's start off. Let's go back to. I know you were bouncing back and forth to California and from Utah, and then you guys made the transition from Utah. And I remember when you guys came back from Utah, it was. I mean, because your mother was our den leader.
Yeah.
Cub Scouts. And so I knew your brothers.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we were always close, and your first cousins as well. You know, the Loval family. You know, with Eldon over there, man. I remember Cub Scouts all the time. It was always us. You know, us and the Loloheas and your cousins. But when you guys came back, start from there. What you got into there, and you know, basketball wise, sports wise, and how you grew up from then.
Well, when we first moved down here, I've never played organized basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've always just been at the park, you know, street ball or whatever. And then when I moved out here, this was the first time I ever got to know. That's how I got to know your sisters. Was through basketball. Well, and through church, but was being able to go through and play.
You guys are mean.
Yeah.
You guys are mean. That's just mean, man. I mean, there's a lot of girls your age that say that my sisters were cool and everything, but man, some of the stories that it sounds like, damn, that is some mean ass shit, dude. You guys called her what?
Oh.
She didn't care. Like, dang. Anyways,
you have spirit. You have the mana.
It's just.
That's
that
for
tough
love. That's where the coaching comes. The tough love coming from.
But you know, everyone's just like, man, you got me. It was like, but at the same time, like, we would clown on you, but you would also know that we had mad love for you too. Yeah. So, I mean, and if you couldn't take our jokes or if you felt some type of way, then that's all on you.
I think it is one of those you usually clown or you know, on people that you know you love.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey, this is just what it is.
Yeah.
Don't be offended, and if you are, then I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was just, and the transition from California to Utah, it wasn't like hard. Like, it was hard at first because I was like, I don't really like know these people out here, but you know, my Samoan side was out here, my Tongan side was out in Cali, but I loved it. Yeah. You know, I love the transition. I loved being able to meet new people and who became family. I mean, I was like with you guys, but you guys are closer to my older brothers.
Yeah.
So
it is a family affair.
It is. It is. So we love it. I love it out here, and it was that biggest like blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise that we moved out here. So
that's good.
But you guys were pushing Misi, and that was when he was in a wheelchair. Yeah. So you guys were like pushing him up and down that wheelchair. Yeah. Up and down the stairs. That's your guys' old spot. I don't know how you guys did that.
I didn't realize he was in a wheelchair until someone told me the story and what went down, and so I was just like, yeah, I'll go visit this guy and kind of pick him up. So before I went out to Cali, you know, to go play college ball out there, that's who I was riding with, was Misi and other people that we were with. But man, so we was always in contact. Yeah. I saw you guys. You guys are still in high school. You guys are older. Yeah. Older then, and so yeah, that's good. So tell us more. How'd you get into basketball and you know, your sports life and
I played high school ball at West Jordan, where I'm at right now, and then had a scholarship to go play at BYU Hawaii. So I was out there for like 2 years. Then I took a break, and I came back just helping out the fam, and then I was just blessed with that opportunity to go back and finish out in Oregon. Yeah. So that's where I received one of my bachelors was out there in Oregon. Then I came back. That's right. So came back, and I never thought I'd be a high school teacher. But
and you recently just got your master's, right? Is that correct? In
athletic administration. So
Sensei.
Yeah, I love it.
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah.
You know?
So I hold 2 bachelors and a master's. So
right on. Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't brag much about stuff.
No, you never do. Yeah. You never do. Yeah.
So it's cool.
That's cool, and that's awesome. You just, you know, went and did it and just made a better version of yourself, and continuing to do so. Yeah. You know, through your coaching, your teaching, whatever you do outside of that, and What do you do outside of coaching and teaching? What is it that and of course you mentioned you take care of your family and whatnot, but what are the fun things that you like to just do on your own and kind of, things that make you to be better than what you were yesterday?
Man, I don't. I'm an auntie.
Yeah.
And I love, I think that's probably one of my biggest blessings.
Yeah.
Is being an auntie. So I just hang out with the kids much, but other than like my me time, I kind of just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have that much me time,
Yeah.
But I kind of like where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just
trying to getting time for yourself, and I totally agree with that. I ain't even mad at you, man. Time is just everything.
Yeah.
Our other we were talking about that the other time on the podcast. I asked our last guest, what was it that he hated about coaching, and I told him straight up, it's time.
Yeah.
It's just it is. You want to do a lot for the team, but then you also have other things that you have to do outside. Of course, it's family. Then you got your teaching. You got to take care of your students.
Yeah.
And all that.
I think the hardest part, like, what I like, coaching wise, is there's not enough time to help get your team better, and then there's not enough time to hang or be with your family.
Yeah.
The hardest is the balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in high school.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing, is trying to figure out. Like, we literally, we sit and we talk, but it'll take hours for us to figure out, we lost a game. Why did we lose that game? When that game is one that we should have won.
Right.
But, I mean, you could do the analytics about it, the stats. You could watch film and everything, but sometimes it just comes down to if the kids are going to compete or not. I think that's the biggest part. Yeah. But I think that's another thing about coaching that really sucks, is like you have these kids who can succeed and that they can be winners, and then it just falls short. And you wish you could just kind of give them that little feeling of success. And a lot of success is built off of winning games or winning the rings, the championships.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like, I hate that part, but it's like, it is what it is.
What are other ways that you find success in for at least these kids who are going through the program?
I think one of the biggest ones is like we try to reward a lot of academics. And I mean, I know that's offside of the court, but then when you start rewarding them for the little things, and that and it's hard because you're like,
those little things is the ones that it's hard for really for some of the athletes now to grasp. They're looking for that big thing already. Yeah. And it's like you got to go back. And I had problems with that. To look at the little things first. And then finally I did. And it helped me, get to where I needed to be. But it's those little things that these, like I keep saying to my players, it's like the little things. Our whole coaching staff stresses that.
Yeah.
It's the little things. You get all these little things, eventually it's going to be a big thing, and then you'll be okay. You know what I mean? But you got to take care of the little things first.
Take care of the little things.
Yeah.
That's a big, we always say, take care of the little things, and the big things will fall into its place. Yeah. But it's also another, like, just what you said, like, they don't want to put in the work, We always say, like, man, this kid wants a D1 offer, but they have a high school work ethic. Yeah. Like, you can't, it just doesn't work. Yeah. And everybody has those big dreams. The kids are always talking about, I want to go to college, I want to play, I want to do this, but then you tell them, like, this is what you do. Like, high school is easy because you only have practice after school. Yeah. But you go to college, you have morning practice, you have individual study hall, and you have another practice. Like, you have 2 practices a day. Yeah. I mean, you know how it is, but, you keep trying to tell these kids, like, yeah, it's great to have those dreams. Yeah. Keep dreaming it, but if you're not going to put in the work, then, it doesn't work out that way.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, as us coaches, we try to stress that work is important, and you got to have good work ethic too. Yep. Actually, even just practice, not even play the game, but just to practice. Yeah. Because that's where you're playing the game, is that. And whatever you do on the field or the court, or whatever it is, when it's game time, you already know and prepared what to do, And so, and that's just goes on, like we were talking about life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are life lessons learned in sports. You take it on your life, So, with you being a coach and for the girls basketball team, what is it that you see in the young women athletes, student athletes? What is it you see with them that they're kind of struggling with? Because I can't say anything because I'm about to have a lot of words about it because my daughter is getting into that age. She's 12 years old. And she's getting into that middle school age, or she's in middle school already. She's a 7th grader, but I'll be seeing all that. I'll be seeing her development as she grows up and then learns how to learns that the level of competing goes up every time you jump another grade. You gotta keep going up, but not just sports, but just life in general. How they're dealing with the pandemic that we have going on, the protesting that we going on, the equality issues that we have going on. What do you see in the young women? Because like I said, I coach young men. Yeah. And I'm always around young men, and I'm not saying that I know everything about them, but I kind of know the issues that they're going through. What are the young women going through right now?
I think the biggest thing is the mental issues. I think that's the biggest thing, but I mean that falls into place with the pandemic as well. Yeah. That put a lot of stress on that too. But I think for the young women right now, whether Polynesian or not, I think the biggest thing is having to is body image. I think that's the biggest thing for them. Yeah. I even see my niece going through it, and she's 10. She's like 3 feet taller than all her girls in her class, and her feet are 5 feet bigger than her girls and stuff. And I mean, that's just because it is, but she is uncomfortable in her body. Oh. And you could tell just because she slouches because she wants to be the same height as her classmates. And but I think with high school, I think that's probably the biggest thing of what they kind of go through is that body image, and just social media.
Yeah. Oh, of course, social media.
Yeah, I hate social media. I mean, I have it and it's cool and all, but I feel for
you gotta learn how to use it.
You
gotta learn how to use it. Social media, definitely.
But you gotta compete with everybody on social media. You gotta
even with the posts.
Yeah.
Like the little sprinkles and
you gotta make it look all pretty and which sucks though. But I think with our young women, the mental issues and the body image issues, I think but for our Polynesian youth, like our women, our girls, it could just be that. It could just be, how can I be comfortable in my body when they're naturally strong? Yeah. But people say things about it, Like I coached track and field last year and.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
I did throws with Luamanuvae.
Oh, okay.
And these girls are just naturally strong. Like, just go out there, throw the shot put, and boom. Already, hit the record that was set years ago. Yeah. And it was just because they're naturally strong. And so when you hype them up or you give them that compliment, they're like, step back and be like, God, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to be known for being, someone's like, man, you're as strong as a man, and they're just like, oh, I don't want
They take that offense or they shy away from it. Man,
But I don't get why though, because when I was hooping, way back in the days, people would give us they'd be talking to me and Puyo, and they'd be like, man, you guys can hoop like dudes, you guys play ball like men, and I was like, hell yeah, I was like, that was cool,
you embraced it, I can compete with y'all.
But then now everyone, you kind of say that and they're like, or we take them in the weight room and man, these girls are knocking out plates, or benching, squatting plates, and you're just like, dude, that's hella tight, and there's, now I don't really want to do it no more because, everyone's going to think I'm a man or something like that,
Yeah, and that kills her.
Kills the confidence.
Exactly. That kills the confidence, man, especially a young woman, even a young man. Yeah. When the youth hears that, it's like, huh? Some they're, I don't know. The guys I know will probably just brush it off. Yeah. but I can see how someone can take that to like, to heart and like, I'm not a man.
Yeah.
Or I'm not a woman when we say it's like, you block like a little girl.
Yeah.
I try to refrain from using that,
Yep.
using those terms because, some of these, but man, I'm telling you, I'm a motherfucking old school coach, man.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out my mouth, it just comes out, But they all know that, I love them to death.
Yeah.
I love them to death. And so, I'll put a hand around them and let them know that, hey, it's all love, man. I just see the potential of you getting better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can play in the next level, but I'm going to teach you as much as I can to see you succeed in your position, because there's always someone out there that always needs, a guard, a tackle, a center. They're going to need somebody. Someone's going to see you. But if you work at it, you're good. But going back to, I don't want to kill their confidence.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person. So, and so, I don't see the young women side.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm about to with my
baby
daughter.
Pooh,
And so she's, she's a trip and she's getting older, and it's fun to develop, to see them develop, it's real fun. Working out last week and I told them like, hey, we were working out. And these guys already knew off of the bat what to do just because they kind of just picked up from where we left off, which was like 2 years ago. And they were just, they were struggling, but they knew, they both do it. And at first it was kind of like I was killing their confidence. I was like, no, do that right. Get back down on the ground. But now it's just they know what to do, so I kind of just let, just sat back and watched them use their own mind and strength and power to do whatever they need to do. So, but yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome that you're getting to know a lot of these young women. Anything that you have done to all the kids have, or all the, what am I trying to say? All the young women that you have coached, just all the girls that you have coached. Under you, have you seen most of them succeed in life, or have they gone off to do good things? Are they living a good life, or I'm not saying that they gotta be some inventor
person,
or scholar or something. But how are they doing in life? Because that's what I care about. Because I see these guys around, because I live in the same city as where I coach. Because I coached at West Jordan. I was a football coach at West Jordan. Now I'm coaching at Heron, but I still see these guys on a regular basis, Some of these guys I see at church that I used to coach when they were at West Jordan, And so, and just to see them there, some of them have got married. Some of them have gone on and done great things, such as go to college, and make this type of money or whatnot. But do you see that with your?
You can ask me again in 5 more years. This is I'm going in my 5th year of coaching. Yeah. And everyone keeps asking, what's your record? What's your success and all that? And I'm like, come back to me in 10 years after I've been a head coach, and I can tell you, because at that time, then I would know if these kids have become great human beings. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. We always talk about success and people think about money, cars, big ass houses and everything, but we stress a lot about being good humans. Just being a good human being, being a good person. That starts off of everything. Like where we stand. Like I always try to tell my girls, and I show it with my actions, that I treat the janitor the same way I'm gonna treat our principal. Like it's all the same respect. Yeah. And more so, I treat and care more for our janitors than anything else. But they know that, because we have a basketball class, and before a basketball class starts, before we even get into practice, I make our girls go and clean up the lunchroom. Pick up trash, wipe down the tables, put the tables up, push them to the side. And then before we can even do anything else, we go and we clean our gym. And then when we leave, we clean our gym again.
I like that, man.
So
you're teaching how to have these guys. You're teaching your players how to have pride.
Yep.
You
Absolutely.
Know, taking pride of what they're representing.
And if we're capable of doing it, then why the hell can we not do it?
Yeah.
Before I got there, like I would see the janitors would be waiting to clean up the benches and like the rolling carpet. They would do that for one of the teams, our boys' teams. And I was like, my girls are capable of folding up a chair and putting it back and folding up vacuuming up the carpet and putting it, like, why can't my girls do that?
Yeah.
And so my first year there, we did that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you get the things from the janitors. They're like, thank you. Now we can focus on cleaning up the big things and stuff. But I was like, if our girls know how to treat our area, our gym, and even if we go somewhere else and we leave that place better than what we found, you take pride in your things,
Yeah.
That's the same as the bus rides,
Yeah.
and then same as our locker room, and it could lead to them taking pride in cleaning their own bedroom,
right.
Or making their own bed or just the little things.
Yeah, or maybe even showering because, man, I tell you, some of these kids are like,
who didn't shower today?
we get some laundry detergent soap over here, please.
Yeah. But it's the little things. We always talk about the little things, but it's the little things that add up to doing that. But just to go back to your question, man, in 5 more years, when I have 10 years under my belt, if I make it to 10 years as a coach, then
what do you want to be? Let's ask that. Where do you want to be as a coach, as a teacher, as an individual? Where do you want to be in the next 5-10 years?
To 5-10 years, I want to be somewhere where I can leave a legacy for my nieces and nephews. Whether that's me in college, like as a coach, or what my dream is to be a recruiter, college recruiter, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I got my master's. I do want to try out the athletic director route. I want to see where that goes, whether it's in high school or whether it's in college.
Yeah,
but
more money.
Oh yeah.
Money.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's so cool about recruiting? What is it?
I could watch basketball all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could sit in there, and I don't know if it's like a coach's thing, but I could see a player and be like, oh, she could be good.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, she's never played ball in her life, and then you can look at her and be like, but she got footwork that that's a fundamental step.
You see the fundamentals of
Yeah.
it. You don't see the score sheet or the stats. I don't look at the stats. For me, if I was to, I don't look at. You gotta look at the stats. Don't even know.
Yeah, you gotta see
part
this.
of what's
Stats.
happening.
But like what I said, it's potential.
Oh,
if you see someone that has potential and you see their feet work, just one thing is missing.
Yeah.
Our program has that.
Yeah.
Our program works on that all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. So it's you see, but then to see how he's gonna fit in the program, what our program can give that person to be the best that he can be.
But I think being a recruiter would be dope.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
dope.
You travel, you get to meet new people.
Yeah.
You get to build like a different relationship. Like, I could talk to a wall.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that wall will talk back to me. I could talk to anybody or anything, you know, but I would just love to be able to kind of take my knowledge of basketball different, maybe to a higher level. Yeah. And it challenged me in a way. Because what if I go and I recruit and I got this, and you get this girl and you're like, man, she's this. You kind of gamble on that. And the next thing you know, she comes through and just falls in the program. Like, it just isn't even, it wasn't the right fit and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, just those challenges, I love the challenge.
Are you looking to be an AD? So you're saying you want to be an AD.
I do.
Is that closer to...
If it's presented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If it's presented, for sure. So, when I first got my master's, I was like sitting on my bachelor's, and I'm like, all right, what else can I do to kind of take my game further? Then I was like, okay, well, I go and get my master's, and it's in coaching and athletic administration. And so, if I can become an athletic director, the money is good, but will I get bored of it? Yeah. Because I'm not coaching no more what? But I do see that.
Yeah. I think whatever you do, I think you do a great job. I think you do. you care too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
That's a good and bad thing, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of a double-edged sword.
It really is.
And so
it is.
That's why I say that, because I know the people under you will be taken care of.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and they may not know it, but it's basically you like just coming out of pocket. And then you guys don't even know it, that you're just doing it on your own time, just to help them out, so that your success just keeps going. You know what I mean? And then you care about the success of others. Like, you keep doing this, you will be in my position when I'm ready to, retire or leave. And so that's awesome, man. That's very awesome. Man, let's talk about your family, man. Let's talk about your mom and dad and your brothers. I mean, well, not really talk about it, but just just growing up with them. Like, what are the things that the values that you took from growing up and with your parents? And
I think hard work is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Hard work for my parents was one of the biggest ones I took. And
where your parents from?
So my mom is Samoan.
Yeah.
She's from Falingiu.
Okay.
And my dad is Tongan. He's from Homa, Vava'u.
Okay.
And so my dad's a naturalized citizen, so he joined the military and became a citizen at that time. But they both speak Samoan and Tongan fluently. So
your mom was always speaking that Tongan. You're in the Samoan church.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people, they don't know that she really is full Samoan.
Yeah.
They think that she's full Tongan.
Yeah.
And so, and I always ask, I was like, you're in a Tongan word, but some of these ladies don't know you speak Samoan, and or they think she's Samoan, or they know she's Samoan that she don't speak Tongan. Yeah. So I'm like, so why don't you tell them? And she's like, because that's the best way I can catch them talking shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, oh, you're smart.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she was,
that's what I was just about to say. Exactly.
Well, my dad's the same way too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm just gonna keep it English over here.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think hard work is one of the biggest ones, and they're very humble. Yeah. They're very humble people, but and I think I get my big heart from them too. Yeah. Which is a double-edged sword. Yeah. When you care too much, man. It just. I see it in my parents. Yeah. I see how it was. People take advantage of other people, and it was just like my parents are always falling into that situation. But hard work is one of the biggest things I learned from them. So I'm very grateful for them. Yeah.
Your mom's a sweet lady. I mean, like I said,
the older she is now, she's mean.
Yeah.
So.
Not to me. He's like, hi, son, and hi, mom. Yeah, she's always been a sweet lady, and yeah, man, I've seen that. I've seen that hard work, and actually, man, I don't know what your pops do, because the only time I see your pops is in the overflow, just chilling with his sunglasses on.
Sleeping.
Is he awake or is he sleeping?
Yeah.
But your mom, I've been around your mom more to see, that hard work she's put forth. And she's done a lot out of her own time to help out with the, she was always involved with the Cub Scouts or the Pride. And so she was always busy, putting stuff together. Her and Bangeka, man. Yeah. And so those two were always together, and so love both of them, man.
Yeah.
So.
My parents, they have big hearts. They're very, they love very deeply. They have that unconditional love no matter what. And my brothers are a prime example of that. Yeah. So, but no matter what, me or my brothers could have done to my parents or...
And you just have the two?
Yes, I just have two older brothers, Misi and Make.
Yeah.
So, but no matter what we could have done, no matter if it was, the worst thing anyone could have done, they still love us no matter what.
Heck yeah.
So...
That's awesome.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. She loves but she loves her boys, I think, a little too much. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think that's different being, she's the mom, but those boys are her everything. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Those guys. Yeah. Those guys are awesome to be around.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's good times when we're around with those guys. What is it? Was it something that you grew up like a value or something that that just really irked, that you kind of realize now the reason, the reason why they told you to keep on doing that, like how you were saying, do it because there's a big reason behind it.
Yeah.
Is there something that you were taught that you do now that you realize and say, that's the reason why they were telling me? Sorry, I didn't know back then, but now I know.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
I think that one is to love your siblings no matter what. Like, my mom's was like, love your brothers, forgive your brothers, love your brothers, forgive them. Why? One of those things like, why? But I think I see it now because, just you get older, you have your own family, you do your own thing, but I could see it like with my mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
They didn't really follow that. So it's like, it's kind of breaking it up.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, it always takes that one person to bring that, bring it back. And so and
it's hard because like us cousins are trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
I always grew up around my cousins and everything, and we're trying to keep that love and that.
Yeah.
We're trying to stay together, but it's hard when you have to, I guess, when you have to choose sides. I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
But.
So you have to choose sides. Why don't you just choose you?
Yeah, that's true. But not so much for me. It's more so of my cousins.
You know what? Take care and get out of here. I'm going on my own.
Yeah, more so of my cousins, but I think there's, my mom's always like, she always says, keep your relationship with God or talk to God about it. And when I was little,
Love that.
Yeah, when I was little, I don't know, it was harder to see what she kind of meant, but now I do.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest thing that I always be like, I would never tell her she was right. But because once you tell my mom she's right, she'll never live that down.
I tell you. Anytime I tell you.
Yeah. But that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shoot, man, it's enough about the life, huh? Let's go into this. So you run a Polynesian program, right? It's
it was a poly club.
The poly club.
Yeah, it's actually a class now.
Yeah, tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so it's called People of the Pacific. It has its own curriculum and everything, and Arl Sosi actually helps me out with that one.
Oh, shout out to Arl.
Yeah, man, he's great at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he teaches the pop class at West Jordan and at Bingham.
Oh.
So he has two of those, but it's a great class.
What is it? They learn about the culture, Tongan culture,
all the cultures,
the Pacific Island cultures.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we try to do things, community service wise.
Yeah.
We try to get. Arl's trying to do where there's a pop class in every school. Yeah. Especially the schools with a bunch of Polynesians in it.
Oh man.
So it's a curriculum, like it's a elective credit class.
Let's get you on Arl next time, huh?
Yeah.
Let's get you on Arl and have a little poly club dance for the podcast or something.
No, it's cool.
That'd be awesome to do, man. I would love for you to come back on with that.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah.
It's never been a part of the curriculum.
Usually it was just a club. Like it was, we had to meet after school. We had to, but it's been around for a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it only at West Jordan, this curriculum? Or
no, that's West Jordan, Bingham. I think Lone Peak has one, Skyridge, Provo.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of schools that have it. Yeah. UVU is actually where we got their curriculum from.
Ooh, okay.
So, but, it's people run it differently. They run it however they want, but it being an elective credit, we don't just, it's not just for Polynesians. Mm. Yeah, everyone else around here.
Is it just... What am I trying to say? Is it strictly just for... Oh, wait, you just said that.
Yeah,
it's not just
no,
strictly
everybody,
for anybody.
Everybody can be in
So
it.
you have, what are the different
we have,
ethnicities you have in the class?
We have she's half black, half white. We have Marshallese.
Okay.
We have a Brazilian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's cool, man. There's about like 40 people in the class.
Yeah.
So we have
So
to meet in the auditorium.
I know I hosted that one for you.
Yeah, the Poly Club.
And it was
Culture Night.
it was just the Culture Night Poly Club. And that was 2-3 years ago, something like that. Which was a success.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was
big.
We had a lot of people there, man. I didn't expect that. But after that, I didn't know anything about it. All this, the pandemic happened and whatnot. And
COVID happened.
And so, so I was just, I didn't hear anything about it after that. And now you're just telling me that it's a curriculum. That's awesome. Did that just happen this year? Or
this year it's at West Jordan. It was at Bingham for 2 years before we brought it to West Jordan.
And it's not a test run, right? It's part
legit.
And it's just maybe an elective credit?
Yeah, just an elective credit.
Wow.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've learned like the Samoan national anthem. We need to learn the Tongan one. Yeah. We've done the Fijian one. So like they learn about the culture. Yeah.
Well, let us know, man, if there's anything that you guys need help with.
Well,
if you need, the cameras that come over there, the lights, some of the tattoo, kind of just helps. Because do you guys do another culture night, like how I
we're planning on one.
Okay, when's that?
Probably May, like towards the end. It's hard with the
COVID.
Yeah, it's hard with the pandemic. It's hard to plan those kind of things because, like, remember the last one we had? Thing was packed. Yeah. So, you're going to have number restrictions or what. Yeah. So, we're just trying to figure out what to do right now. Yeah. But my kids are getting ready for Who Got Roots. They're getting ready for that competition.
Who Got Roots? What is that?
So, they go to, like, every school that has a poly club. And they, it's like a dance competition. With, like, culture dance competition. And so, like, our school, we get to choose 2 islands we can do. And then plus there's a wild card. And the wild card we picked, I think, was Cook Islands. And so you go and it's like one big event and people judge on the numbers and then...
Are you putting this all together?
No. I think his name is like Javi or something like that. Part of a Sugar House. Oh, man, I forgot. They've been running it for a minute, though. That's awesome. It's been a big success.
Just dancing? No, like, 40 to 5.
No, just that. This is not PCC.
Who could cook the best fries, best Friday?
Yeah. No, it's just dancing.
That'd be cool. Because I know in Hawaii, I've seen something like that.
They do dance competitions.
Yeah. They do it all the time, huh?
But
like
during the day, though, they... at least the guys that I went to college with, when they were showing me their old videos, high school videos, high schools will compete. They'll grab a bundle of green bananas, go to the other side. One will grab it, 40 to 5, and one will go clean the fight like they did in the Valo de Calo. See if you can husk the coconut, stuff like that. So that'd be cool.
That needs to be brought back too.
That'd be awesome to do that. And then they end it with the big dance. But it's not a competition. It's just every school does their own dance. Yeah. So,
that'd be dope. Yeah, no, this one's a competition.
What's the winner get?
I think it's cash prize.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So I think it's a cash prize.
Let's get water.
Cash prize. Yeah. So.
Hey, that's awesome.
It is cool though. It's cool to see the Polynesian, even like our kids in the class, like, a lot of them know how to speak their native language too. Yeah. So it's cool to see it. It's cool to hear it too. So.
How many students you have in the class?
We have almost 40. Ooh. Yeah. We have a lot of students that were Jordan. They transferred from, they came from American Samoa this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have like a big family that's been in it. So.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, let us know. Please let us know whenever you guys have. We'd love to come support and help out however we can. So that'd be awesome. Well, other than that, man, what are you doing now? I know you just got done with the playoffs, the high school.
Yeah. We didn't make it to state, man.
Yeah.
They took 24 teams and we came in at 25. Oof.
Hey, close cut.
Close cut.
I mean, that's not like,
you're still
on the verge of.
it was a heartbreaker. But one of my coaches, when we were talking to the girls, she said it perfectly. She's like, we worked so hard to try to get to that state tournament, and we just didn't cut out.
Yeah.
And she said sometimes in life, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You can work so hard at something, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So you just gotta pick yourself back up and find out, and figure out what else to do next.
So how are you picking yourself back up? What's the next move now for the next season? Or even if you're coming back, you never know,
Who
man.
knows, man? I didn't make it to state. I might get fired. So
that thought always comes into play. So
it's been in play all year.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah,
we've lost games we should have won, and it was a tough one. And I always thought, it's like, damn, man, if they call me in the office, I already know I'm done.
Yeah.
You gotta win some games to stay around.
Yeah.
So, but
what keeps it going? You have that thought in your mind. What keeps it going? That's what I'm asking.
It's the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my players. It's just like, because they're invested in it too.
Yeah.
You have some that are just there, it's cool to have a jersey or whatever, but you have those girls that are invested, and some of them really are counting on that being their way to pay college.
Yeah.
And so, and also, man, I love the game.
Yeah.
I love the game, and so when you get with my kind of players that I have this year that are coming back next year, those girls just want to get better every day.
Yeah.
They just want to compete. They just want to get better, and so when you have that group, that's a special group.
Yeah.
So, and they're young. They're young. So we're back in it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just got a week off, and we're back in it. So some are playing spring sports.
Yeah.
So, which I love multi-sport athletes.
Awesome. You work out?
I should.
Yeah. You gonna try?
Yeah, man. I need to get back in the weight room.
Yeah.
Cause I love the weight room. I think that's where I felt most of my confidence.
I asked that because I like to ask my guests what they're if they're working out. And if they're not, that's cool. I like to learn new workouts or whatnot. But with you, because you're a coach, and I think working out will help you a little bit more with your coaching. I think with me working out, it makes me open up, to my thoughts. I'll sit there sometimes with the earphones, on, the music's playing, and I'll get under, some weight. I'll do some push-ups, or I'll be stretching, and I'm just telling myself to clear my thoughts. And all right, what's the next thing to do?
Yeah.
Not with coaching, but with just what's the next move? What am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do today for the day to be successful?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about what am I gonna do tomorrow that's gonna make me better than what I did today. And I try to live by that. But I think working out, if you start working out, I think it help you a little bit more with like your coaching aspect.
Yeah.
And
I meditated a lot this season.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I think that was different.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that's what I needed.
Yeah.
Like I thought, let's go get some boxing gloves on. But
I've never meditated. How is that? How does meditation?
I think people do it differently. So do you meditate?
What is your form of meditation?
Mine is I just sit quietly.
Okay.
I just sit and whether I'm just staring at something or I'm just quiet. I really just try to just clear it.
Yeah.
Just clear it all, and then just try to just remind myself who I am.
Yeah.
Because I think I lost myself a lot this season.
Yeah.
But
you pray, talk to God.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not always kneeling or whatever.
What do you share with Him? What do you share with God when you do talk with Him?
Everything, man. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like how to not lose myself to where I can't even recognize myself anymore. Yeah. And I think mentally and spiritually, that was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And just always keeping my parents safe.
Yeah.
But I think just like I didn't want to lose myself and lose everything at that. So, because I'm always on the go. Yeah. I'm always on the go and I'm always going. And, sometimes I kind of forget things or lose my way a little bit. But, I think that the biggest thing was just talking to God.
Yeah.
So
I think it's important for any of us who, reach out to, wherever the higher being is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heavenly Father's always going to be my high
Yeah.
being. He's always going to be my number one. He's just got me to where I am now, and he holds it down. He holds it down for what I do in life, no matter what mistakes I do, he still holds it down. And I can't be more grateful for him to just bless my life, bless me with 4 beautiful children, and bless me with a mother that loves them and nurtures them and takes care of them. And he blesses me with the strength to keep going, to work and, do all these things, coaching, being a family man. And I'm also involved in, our church.
Yeah.
I'm also involved in that. And so, I know that it's very important to, give thanks to not just him, but to each other, say hi to everybody, smile, let everybody know that I love them. But I don't do that, I struggle with that as well. There are some people who are like, fuck that, but that's just, it is what it is, not everyone's perfect, man. I'm sorry that I hate you. But yeah, man, it's important. I just know Heavenly Father loves each and one of us, and he's always looking out for us. So that's awesome. Dude, you have your
I was thinking about earlier. So you're talking about just having this amount of confidence where people, it seems like, you make the decisions for yourself, your own choices of how you react to things. And you're talking about confidence with people in the youth today.
Yes.
Or like people who are young. And where do you see things that you can, for example, what are things that you've built your confidence? Like, what are some of the things that built your confidence up where you can, I don't know, expound on that?
That's it. I think my mental toughness is more of it. Like, I had to build myself up and know that, like, it's like a daily conversation though. Like, when my kids, like when my girls are coming to me and they're struggling with their self-confidence or just confidence in general, it's more so like you can give all the positive affirmations to them. You can give them as much as you want, but unless they like truly believe that, then it's hard to just keep.
How do you get them to that place? So you're telling them this concept, this idea.
Yeah.
How do you put them in those shoes of like, okay, here it is. Now do it.
Yeah.
Or
That's true. I think it's more of like you just keep giving it to them. You just keep telling them and you telling them, and then I think a lot of kids or even the youth, they kind of fall back on, well, you can tell me all you want, but you've never been through that. And so like you give them like examples and you tell them a lot about like, like I was kind of struggling with this, I was struggling with that as well, and this is kind of like what I did to overcome it. So I think it's more so just like telling them and repeating constantly about. Yeah.
Okay. So repetition.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure, that's part
gosh.
of workouts.
Oh, yeah.
That's a part of.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about the kids. They just have a hard time with that compound effect, that consistency.
Compounding the same thing over.
Yeah.
Just pounding through their head like, hey, this is how you got blocked. This is how you got blocked. Inside hands, inside hands. Yeah. Think with your, think with your feet. See with your hands. Like, come on, man. That we've been practicing since day one we were on the field. It's
repetition.
Yeah,
you
your reps until they turn into like your natural movements, and you're not second thinking them, or you're not, second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
But like even that kind of mindset, how for example, somebody comes up to you and your friends, and they're like, "Hey, you play like a man," and your kind of attitude towards that is like, "I'm better than a man."
Yeah.
But like, how do you put that on to somebody else where they're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get somebody in that same mind frame of like, it sounds like, fuck it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard. I think it's more of like how they see how you react to it. Like if you were to come up to me and be like, man, Lay, like, you played like a dude, like you played like a man out there. And I'm like, all right, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, no, I think I was a little bit better than a man, you know? And so if they see that and they kind of see how you reacted to it, hopefully they can be like, oh, so that is a compliment. It's not like a put down or something.
But you don't always have those resources. You're just like, look, this is how I play this on the phone. Our shit is back on the videotapes.
Yeah.
These guys don't know about the big camera on the shoulder. You know what I mean? They don't know about that. And so it's just, you want the kids to just trust you that you're coaching them to do the right thing. Just trust me.
Yeah.
I know what I hate saying that.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Well, those two things go hand in hand: the confidence and the trust of how confident am I in my trust in this person, in this leader who I'm supposed to be following, you know, kind of thing. Like, how do you get them to a place where that is it, and they have no second guess of like, hey, you know, they're telling me what to do, I'm going to do it. I mean, aside from all the reps and the things you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question, man.
I don't know.
It depends on the player, too.
Yeah.
Depends on the kid, I
How
think.
willing they are to be vulnerable
absolutely.
enough to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, you know, kind of what they hear at home, too.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if they're going home and they're telling their parents that's like, hey, coach wants me to shoot like this, or coach wants me to do this, and their parent says otherwise.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so Darius was telling us about this last time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those things like, okay, I'm the coach.
Yeah.
You show up to me and I'm coaching you. Yeah. And then you go home and your parents like, hey, so the coach said this, but now you do this. And then they go back to the coach.
Yeah.
So are you dealing with those kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And that's hard because it's like, so Lele... she's my niece, and so she's playing on a AAU team right now. And so I don't get involved in that. Like, I always tell her, like, whatever your coach says, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
If your coach says you got to shoot a granny shot, then that's how your coach wants it. That's how you going to do it. But, like, I would never...
Not to that
not to that extent, but you know what I mean. Like, I would... And I always tell her...
respect the coach and what they're there for.
Yeah, I was like, at that moment, that's your coach. But if I ever get the chance to coach you and I tell you how to do it, then that's how you're going to do it.
The same respect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so just to go along with me, with Upuya, you know, and Chiche playing in sports, whatever their coach tells them how to shoot, you know, or how to do their things, for as a parent, I know as a coach, it's irking when the parent tells us, no, you got to do it. So for me, I find a way that we can kind of meet in the middle, or if I see that it works for them, then I'll let it be.
Yeah.
But if I see it's you shooting a granny shot, they ain't going, you can't be behind the perimeter and go like that. What the hell? You know? So in that aspect, I'll teach them, but I got to give the coach their respect. Mm-hmm. I got to give them their respect. I got to give them my full trust that they will teach my kids who the best of the ability or whatever their skill is in that sport.
Because that's what I would want too.
Yeah.
How do you relay that to a parent? What's your way of doing it that makes them be acceptable and not like turned off or like mad about it?
There is no way.
That's a hard one, but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I've had to tell a parent, you have your mom goggles on, and I have my coach goggles on. So you're seeing what's best for your daughter and what's best for her individually. I'm seeing what's best for the team. And I think that, I don't know if it helped or not. I mean, she never really said anything back, but it was just one of those things like, you're looking and seeing what you want for your daughter to do to be successful. And I get that, but that does not align with what we need for our team to be successful.
Well, team sports, the success of the team is not the individual.
Exactly.
It is all moving pieces together.
Yep.
But I mean, parents should know that, knowing that they're signing their kid up for a team thing.
But they don't. So that's why I grab the whistle, take it off. Here, go ahead and fucking do your coaching. Go ahead, grab the fucking whistle and go do your shit.
And it's like an open concept. Like, if a parent thinks that they can come and coach girls high school basketball better than what me and my staff is doing, they are more than welcome to do it. And I would give them a trial run of a week they probably last like 2 days. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Because you got to try to put together just 15 girls, and you got to pick out which one of these girls could do a simple task to help this team become successful. Or which 5 or 7 solid girls can become a team. And each of those girls play their roles. And sometimes their role on the team is not the same as their parents. That's the hardest part. Is trying to get the girl to buy into her role, play her role for our team to be successful, but at the same time trying to convince their parents. Because a lot of it is like, oh, how'd you do last night? Oh, how many points did you score? And you're just like, I didn't score nothing, but I had like 12 rebounds. They're just like, okay. You know? Yeah. Like, that's nothing for some people, that's not successful. So, that's hard.
That sounds hard. That sounds like a challenge, like, because, I mean, you're already doing, this was like a, as you do in coaching too, you're already taking care of the playbook, and then you have to take care of the parent book.
I just want to make it clear, it's not all parents.
Okay. Yeah,
it's not all parents.
It's not all parents.
We may be talking, but it just, these things irks us, and that's why that's why we talking about it like this, because it hurts us as a coach. You don't trust me. Just trust me.
So it takes more away from the team than it does.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an emotional effect on the coach.
Oh, yeah.
Like, damn, not only that this parent is getting on me, I gotta still coach his kid, make sure he don't cry to his parents again, but then I gotta coach all these other kids and make sure that they all right as well. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's why we're just talking about this shit right now, but I'll let you know that not all parents are the same. There are some badass parents out there. That are real supportive. Yeah. That are real supportive of the program, how the coach coaches, and they just let us be, and I think they look at it as because they're athletes as well. They grew up knowing to be.
They've had their day in the sun.
They've had it, exactly. Man.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they want their kids to have the same success, and if not more, than
they would.
Yeah, but like again, this topic is ongoing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You just got, as a coach, for me, I gotta make sure that I do my job. I'm a position coach. Concentrate on the position coach and what the OC wants, and then what the head coach wants. And that's how I coach. I make sure I listen to. There's only 2 people that I listen to, is the OC and the head coach. I listen to all the other staff. Yeah. But as far as where I'm coaching, I'm on the offensive side. That's where my line of, the title, how the title goes and whatnot. Head coach, OC, and then the line coach, and then you got your receivers coach, all the other position coaches. And so I just make sure I do, and that's why I coach the right players. Do your job. Just do your job. Mm-hmm. Do your job. If I tell you to step right. Trust that the guy on your left is coming to his right as well. So if he goes this way, you're covered. Go get the line back. Just trust the process. Trust the coaching. Trust us. We know what we're talking about. And I'm not perfect at coaching football, but damn, shit.
Yeah. There's just a lot of extra things that you normally wouldn't have to worry about. I mean, as the levels continue and the sports, then the coaches kind of fade away from the parents. Yeah. And they just continue on just with the game. Yeah. Your love for the game, your passion for the game is truly why you're there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, being able to help other people be good human beings is awesome. Yeah. And that's kind of a byproduct.
I like that. I like that.
That's a big one for us. We like to give back to our youth too, our staff. So I was talking to Neil about it too. We're trying to do, individual skill camps and just try to get our younger elementary, middle school girls kind of involved in it. Whether they're going to play basketball in high school or not, I mean, I think it's just something different, something good for them to just be involved and to know that, when they get to high school, if they're playing basketball or not, they know someone there, So the youth, we love giving back to our youth. Yeah. Basketball
it's a lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but it's fun work. Yeah. It is fun work.
It's big. Especially for our Polynesian youth. Yeah. I'm excited to put some things together for that too. So
Yeah.
Anything's up in the works right now? Something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we tried to run like the Sweet D's tournament.
Okay.
It was just like the Big John, so Dante Lavelle, who ran it, his kids were involved in that too, and we're just gonna do it the same way too. So that was one of the biggest things, but we didn't just want to stick with just basketball. We wanted to try volleyball and, boys and girls volleyball, because we got a lot of very good boys volleyball players out there. And so, but yeah, man, the Sweet D's tournament, it was going to be a big thing last year.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was on staff. I was ready to.
Yeah,
so you guys
man.
just send
You're
everyone
still
outside. Hey,
get in motion.
Yeah, we're still trying to do it. Maybe not this year. I think we're gonna try shoot for 2022, just because we seen the outcome of it. Like we had over 30, 40 teams sign up to play, and that was from the youth all the way up to
full teams. 15 plus.
Yeah. Well, we did. I think it was a 12-man roster.
Okay.
I think it was 12-man roster, but we even had our men's and a women's league too. And that we had to cap that at 10 teams.
That's that many people.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of people, but it was, the tournament, it was our youth. So I think it was like from 5th grade to high school, those teams were free. They played for free. And so, and we try to hook them up with, free uniform, like a free jersey, one of those like Junior Jazz looking jerseys,
Yeah.
But some T-shirts and everything. So
I'll take a jersey.
Yeah. No, really, man. It was a nice thing. It was a nice setup. It was a good way for us to kind of bring back that poly community.
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest thing that we were excited about was that our young teams got to play for free. And so
that's awesome.
You don't see tournaments like that anymore. Everything is at a cost, but I mean, if you got the right circle around you, you got the right people, you can make it work. Can make it work big time. So we're excited for that. We're trying to bring that in. So
looking forward to next year.
Oh, absolutely, man.
That's awesome.
So I'm trying to open up my own nonprofit organization.
Nice. What are you getting into?
So I want to be able to just give back to the low incomes, the kids. Shoes is my big thing. I love shoes, and I think that we should be able to. When sports seasons come around, you got a lot of people asking for cleats. You got a lot of people asking for basketball shoes and stuff. So, I mean, I think that would be one of the biggest things I want to do. Is just kind of just give shoes out. Yeah. Or just, any sports kind of gear, like shorts.
You trying to just do anything, like used cleats or...
Yeah, man, anything. But I think we have enough connections to where it could be some brand new shoes. Yeah. Why the hell not?
That's awesome.
Why not?
Awesome.
So, yeah, I've always wanted to open up a nonprofit.
Any names yet? Sialei Shoes.
Yeah.
Sialei Silipas.
I was just thinking just doing Sialei Lolohea Foundation, but
ladies on your feet.
Yeah, but I also wanted to name it after my nephew who passed, Boots.
Boots.
Yeah. Wow. But I think it would work out perfect because boots is shoes. You know what I mean?
That's Gamaki's.
That's Maki's oldest son that passed. So I don't know. I'm still debating on the name, but so I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah. That's cool to work. Something to look forward to. You're working on.
Yeah. I've been working on it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
That's embarrassing.
No, are you a shoe connoisseur?
I am.
Okay.
I am. So I'm big.
That's close to the heart then.
Yeah.
This isn't something you're like stepping out of the box to do.
No, man. I'm big on my retros.
Okay.
So I got a couple of shoes that I could probably resell and pay off some credit cards. But
dang.
Yeah, man. I love my shoes, man. I'm a big retro Jordans girl, but I'm just thinking, you get to an age where you're like, all right, this is out of hand.
Is it though?
I think I'm getting close there too. So, but like my nieces and my nephews are always like, Auntie.
Oh, because you got someone here that probably could tell us a number.
Yeah.
Bring it up right here now.
Man, I probably got over 200 pairs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
It's dope, and I even got shoes that are just chilling in the box, like just brand new. But yeah. I'm a 10.5 in men's, and it's a good shoe size because some women don't fit it and some men it's too small. So
okay,
yeah. But I got my Jordan clock So I got a 1 through 12s of the retro J's.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How much are we talking here? Those 200 shoes.
That clock
How
alone.
much money?
No, that clock.
Yeah,
alone
that clock
is,
alone
that
is
clock
pretty.
Alone
Yeah,
kind of wipes out.
could water my damn self.
That's that clock alone.
Yeah.
With all, okay.
Yeah. So.
I mean,
And I got some like shoes
take
like.
it to a buffet. Don't
I got you, man. So I'm a big shoe girl. I love my shoes, but.
That's cool. You're the first girl I know that owns a shoe collection like that. I don't.
Oh, there's a lot out there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. The only ones I know is just guys.
Yeah, no, but I don't. I try not to just throw it out there all the time because people was like, "Oh, I'll buy those for this much and this."
Well, now we know.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, growing up, we didn't have much money. We never really had a lot of money, so I always told myself when I had the opportunity to be able to pay my bills and spoil myself, I'm gonna do it.
Enjoy your interest.
Yeah.
Those are things that are fun to you.
Yeah. And that's it. And I love it.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, man, that nonprofit I want to do big things with it. I want to do great things with it, especially for Polynesian youth, Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I love shoes, so like, why can't I give some away?
Yeah, you got to take care of your dogs.
Yeah, got to, man. I got to. So, and I knew it was like, I knew I wanted to do it, so we played against a team in the region. We played against a team, and I was watching this girl. I mean, she's a refugee, I mean, she's 6-something, just 120 probably soaking wet. Yeah. But I mean, her length. And she was just running the floor and like nothing, just picked up, clean up, put back, clean up, put back. But she was running in like Walmart Vans, basically, like those Walmart kind of shoes. Yeah. And I was like man, like, she either will hurt herself or she probably forgot her shoes. Yeah. And so I asked one of the other players, I was like, hey, did she forget her shoes or is this just like she's like, no, those are her basketball shoes. Mind you, we're in region. So we've been in basketball season for almost 3.5 months. And so, and I always have an extra pair of shoes because on my team, we wear team shoes. Yeah. And so we had an extra pair of shoes, so I went and got the shoes and I gave it to her. She's not even on my team, but at the same time, I'm like, she needs shoes. Yeah. So why can't she have a pair of nice shoes? Yeah. And so I gave her those pair of shoes, and I'm just like, it felt good to know that like I have extra pairs of shoes. Yeah. Why can't we bless somebody else with something like that? So. I think awesome. Right then and there, I was like, man, that's what it's going to be about. Yeah. It has to be about that, so.
That's awesome.
And she was grateful for it. She was very grateful for it. So, I mean, you just talk to her and everything. And so, that's but at the same time, as a coach, I mean, if I had a girl on my team that I didn't, she needed some shoes, I would have hooked her up with some too. Yeah. So, but that's a big reason of why I have team shoes. Mm-hmm. It's a requirement on the team. Yeah. So. Because some girls on my team can afford $100 pair of shoes and some can only afford, $20 pairs of shoes. But
yeah. And that's always a rough thing with the players.
Yeah.
So the fees and everything. They pay their fees and they don't have enough left for the personal items with shoes and socks. Yeah. And stuff like that. So that's awesome for you. I love that.
Yeah, but that's why I'm grateful for my staff that I have on, because we have girls like that do struggle to pay their school fees or their basketball fees. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we had a fundraiser going on and all the coaches hopped on and they were willing to do it so that we could help another girl pay off her fee. Yeah. Or we have, my coaches, they're down to just, buy Gatorade for the girls whenever they need it and stuff. Yeah. So you have a good circle around you. Yeah. Good support system, for sure. Awesome. So, I was lucky. Man. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. Oh, we're lucky to have you on, man. It's been great, man. Where can people find you? You have social media, Twitter, do you have anything?
I mean, aside from just saying that you don't like social media.
I'm on a social media. What's my Instagram? I think it's just Sialei Lolohea. Yeah, but there's nothing on there other than my nieces and nephews. Yeah. So,
but you're also a coach at West Jordan. So,
yes.
Check out the girls West Jordan team. Well, it's over now, but
yeah, we building. Yeah, we'll make some noise in the future.
You're starting the week.
Yeah, we were starting our off season. Yeah, a lot of the girls, it was nice to know.
Are you rebuilding, or are you building on something you had?
We're building on something we have. So.
How about the Poly Club? You have a page for that? Do you guys have a page for that? People can look that up?
I think it's WJHS Poly Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just that.
And they just go online and look that up?
Yeah.
They can go onto the school website as well?
I think it's on there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so check that out. The West Jordan Poly Club ran by Coach Sialei and Aro Sosi.
Yeah.
Who she plan on to have on here. Oh, all right. Thank you. But, any last questions before we wrap this up, or any shout outs? You know what? Tell us one funny story. One funny story of just you and the girls. And I don't care if it's gotta expose her. You know, I don't even care if your best friend is here, but something funny that just before we get out of here, something that just brings you laughs on a rainy day where it's something you just think about.
So
like,
we have, we have a church girls camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think it was me and Doreen. We were beehives. No, I was a beehive. She was a mimey, but we were at
13,
church.
14.
Yeah. So we were at church camp, and everyone had their own little tents, and so all the big girls, all the older, mature Laurels, they got to be in one tent, and we were in. Me and Doreen, we were hanging out with all the other little girls. Yeah. But they were playing like those secret games. Those like, oh, who do you like, or who do you think you'll marry, kind of thing. So we were listening in the tent thing. So what we didn't notice was there was a big ass hill that just falls. It just falls right by their tent. And so we were being nosy all up against the tent. And I think like they were laughing, and it was Tassie. It was Tassie, dude, and she needed a fart, so she went by the window and farted. But she was right by the window, or she farted out the window that Doreen's ear was in. And so when that shit happened, dude, we were trying so hard not to get caught and laugh, and then all of a sudden Doreen started tumbling down the hill. And I was like, at the point, I was like, oh man, you already down the hill. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. She was rolling, dude. That shit was like, then she got, she was by the bottom of the hill, and we were still laughing. She's like, help me up. I was like, you on your own, bro. I can't walk down the hill or whatever.
About to get caught.
Yeah, I was like, we were about to get caught, but we had to be quiet. That was funny, though.
So, what do you mean quiet? It's the boat is just right there.
That's one of the.
Put the brakes on, Doreen.
No, Sialei couldn't help me up because she was laughing so hard.
No, that was good times. I've always had good times with your sisters.
That's awesome.
Especially with that idiot over there.
That's awesome. And any shout outs before we take off?
Shout out to Doreen for bringing me here. But no, I appreciate you guys.
No, we appreciate you coming.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. I love this, man. I love it. I wish more poly people. I wish we could support each other more. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I wish more poly people would support each other. Yeah. I think that's hard. Especially out here in Utah. There's always little things going on, and you always try to show your love and your support to, whoever's doing what, but I wish poly supported polys more.
Oh, yeah. It's got to glorify in someone else's glory. Yeah. And, their come up, we should embrace that.
Why not,
that's
man?
Good, man. And
why not?
It's just going to motivate us as individuals to do, I want to be where you are. Uh-huh.
Or just clap for them. It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard to just clap for them and to see where they're going. So.
Awesome. Man, well, thank you again, Sialei.
Thank you, guys.
Joe, thank you, man.
Hey, thank you. Right on. Yeah. This is always a highlight of my week, or just these podcasts, and which, by the way, I've asked you and Doreen to start a podcast because anecdotes like that are funny. Like those are super entertaining. I'd watch that, man.
Yeah.
Might have to. But once you get
Lars. Yeah.
But once you get Doreen on the camera, man, you can't get her off. Yeah, that's the hard part.
Hey,
so
why not?
Yeah, sit there and just spit stories all day long. Yeah.
It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
It's good for it.
That's cool.
So, but I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is the
Just
brand
blow
new
up.
podcast. Yeah. I'd like to thank again Joe and then of course our guest Sialei. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. I'm new. Joe and Sialei.
Yeah, right on, Sialei. Thank
Right
you.
on.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's it.
That was awesome.
Would you ever start a podcast, Doreen?